internal assessment passage to check listening and comprehension skills. The reforms of Confucius were strangely modern in conception. Some of them, indeed, are in advance of social ideas of today. He not only fed the poor, but also provided different food for the young and the old. In organizing labor, he allotted different tasks to the strong and the weak. He fixed the prices of goods and used state revenue for development of trade. Communications were provided, roads and bridges were repaired, and the brigands that infested the mountains were rooted out. The power of the nobles was curbed, the common people were freed from oppression, and all men were made equal in the eyes of justice. Such a policy, though immensely popular among the masses, could not fail to excite the hatred both of individuals and of powerful vested interests, particularly as Confucius did not hesitate to strike at the greatest in the land if they obstructed his reforms. Actually, the stroke that caused his downfall came from the state of Tsai, where he had spent the first part of his exile. The ruler of that state, with whom Confucius had been in negotiation concerning the restoration of full sovereignty to his own prince, realized the danger of having a model state next to his own. Would not his own people cry out for reform? And might not the kingdom of Lu, grown strong and confident, cast covetous eyes upon the lands and possessions of its neighbors? He devised a plan typically Chinese in its subtlety and appeal, selecting a company of 80 beautiful women accomplished in music and dancing and a number of magnificent horses. He sent them as a present to the Duke of Lu. Duty was neglected, for the charms of the dancing girls and the counsels of Confucius could command no attention, while such attractive toys absorbed the interest of the court. Slowly and reluctantly, the sage decided upon his departure from Lu. He journeyed forth a second time into exile. His eyes were ever turning backward to glimpse the messenger hurrying to recall him to favor and to power. But no messenger came. 13 years were to drag out their weary length before he saw again his native land. 13 years of growing disappointment, during which he passed from state to state, ever hoping to find some prince who would entrust his realm to his care and to give him power to transform it into utopia, and ever being compelled to turn away with his desire unfulfilled. At length, the longed for message of recall reached the sage. The ruler, whose neglect had terminated his active career, was dead, and his son, interested to learn from one of his successful generals that the latter owed his military skill to the instruction of Confucius, sent for the master and asked him to take charge once more of the destinies of Lu. The passage is over. Kindly begin answering the questions given below. Kindly write question number 1. For each word given below, choose the correct meaning. I will say the word and then the options. Then you may write the word and then wait for the right option. First word, curbed. Please write the word curbed. Don't look at others. And the options are A, increased, B, restrained, C, assigned, D, encouraged. Please write the right option, write A and whichever word suits the meaning of curbed. I repeat the options. A, increased. Kindly do not write all the options. Write only the right option. B, restrained. C, assigned. D, encouraged. You are given only 3 seconds to answer. Question number 2. Obstructed. Obstructed. And the options are A, assisted, B, facilitated, C, blocked, D, helped. For the word obstructed, the options are assisted, facilitated, blocked, D, helped. Third word, covetous. Covetous. A, greedy, B, generous, C, satiated, D, benevolent. For the word covetous, A, greedy, B, generous, C, satiated, D, benevolent. I'll give you 10 seconds extra to complete. Okay, now let's go to part 2 of the test. For the first section, you must write part 1 and now part 2. Part 2. Answer the following questions briefly in your own words. And for each question, you will be given almost a minute. But you have to write briskly. 1. Or you can name it as A. Question A. Why are the reforms of Confucius strangely modern in conception? Question number 1 A. Why are the reforms of Confucius strangely modern in conception? Your 1 minute begins now. Given time is over. 1 minute over. Question number B. State any 4 reforms introduced by Confucius. I repeat the question. State any 4 reforms introduced by Confucius. Have a minute to write. Time up. While the first 2 questions, A and B, carried 2 marks each, this question will carry only 1 mark. So you'll be given only half a minute or so. Be brisk in answering. You need not write the question. Question C. Why did the nobles and powerful traders oppose Confucius' reforms? I repeat the question. Question C. Why did the nobles and powerful traders oppose Confucius' reforms? 1 minute only. Okay, you're done. Question D. State briefly the two main fears which made the ruler of Tsai object to the reforms of Confucius. I repeat the question. State briefly the two main fears which made the ruler of Tsai object to the reforms of Confucius. Let me take 1.5 minutes quickly. Suppose it's over. Come on. And now question E. What circumstances brought Confucius the recognition that took him back to Lu? I repeat the question. What circumstances brought Confucius the recognition that took him back to Lu? Kindly come to part 3. Part 3. 8 marks are awarded for this question. 8 marks are awarded for this question. You may please write down the question as I dictate to you. In not more than 50 words, in not more than 50 words, write down. In not more than 50 words, state how Confucius was a great reformer. State how Confucius was a great reformer. You will be given 5 minutes to answer this. I repeat the question. Part 3. In not more than 50 words, state how Confucius was a great reformer. I'll begin answering. And with this, the test is over. Thank you.